What is good, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good start to the day. Just making my way to downtown Cleveland, and here goes the 51. There's a 4015 going to Parma Transit Center. I figure for today and probably the next few days we're getting some bus actions, as I will consider this video to be my 200 sub special. Currently walking on the Veterans Memorial Bridge, aka the Detroit Superior Bridge. Making my way to downtown. Let's go see some bus actions. And I guess also while I'm at it, I will most likely give my thoughts and opinions so far on the new 4200 G-League series. So what am I feeling about them? To be honest, I'm kind of feeling half and half on them. Like, I've only experienced maybe like 3 or 4 good rides on the 42s. But in general, I'm just feeling half and half. Like, you would think brand new buses, they would have like no problems, right? Wrong. Like, sometimes you get on, there's a 3905 on the 45. Oh, is this coming up here? 26 Tri-C West Shore. 3374. And right here, that's the Cuyahoga River. Okay, cool. No more trucks coming by. Okay, so anyway, back on the topic of the 42s. If you guys have seen my previous videos, there has been a couple I have enjoyed. I know for sure, like, the obvious one was the first 4200 I rode on, which was 4202 on the 55, and I did do a video on that. Let me see, what else was a good one? 4220 on the 71 I did. 4221 on the 39. And I think the other one, 4229 on the 9. But let me just be honest, like, the main problem some of the 42s had was either you would like get on the bus and you see like one side of the bus, the stop requested cords will be pulled down and broken, or another case, they just don't work at all. And I've seen a couple 42s where the wheelchair ramp, when a person on a wheelchair trying to get on the bus, there'll be times the wheelchair ramp will actually not work. And also another thing was the ticket box machine when you buy like an all-day bus pass on the bus. Sometimes that wouldn't work, and or if you also use your phone as a bus pass through like the transit app or Easy Fare, and the scanner will sometimes not work. And I'm just thinking like, wow, these are brand new buses and they're already having problems. We've even had a 42 bus actually broke down and completely stopped working. I believe that was 4209. So I remember one of my friends sent me a picture of it sitting at the Woodhill garage. And I'm just like, wow, first 4200 broke down. That's kind of sad. So if I had to rate the 42s on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm kind of in between, like between probably 6.5 and 7 out of 10. I mean, overall, like, they're good sounding engines, like, don't get me wrong, like, especially, like, you get, like, a really good driver who knows what they're doing and knows how to move fast, too. Like, those will be kicking. But overall, past experience on the 42s, let's just say they're okay buses. And I'm just thinking, and honestly, RTA could have also kept the new Flyers still running. Like, there was still no problems with the new Flyers. I mean, sure, there have been a couple that would break down, but there will still be good buses to run on. Like, especially on, like, annoying bus routes, like, for example, the 22, for example. Ever since the new Flyers retired, I just don't enjoy riding the 22 anymore. Speaking of the 22, there's one that just went by, 3375. And here comes a 3500 fleet. The 3500 fleets are the diesel fleets. So let's see which one this is. 3507. Yeah, those diesel fleets are the older Metro Healthline buses. Oh, there's the Red Line train. Slowly moving into Tower City. Packed as usual. If I'm not mistaken, I think there is a Cleveland Guardians game about to start soon, so I would assume it's going to be packed today. Today being Wednesday, April 8th. Yeah, I just got my notification on my phone, so Guardians game just started. There's the other Red Line heading to Hopkins Airport. $33.85 on the 45 Ridge Fulton. But anyway, I felt like RTA should have just kept the new Flyers. Like all 23 of the new Flyer fleets, like, in any case, it's like they could have also removed the Cleveland State painting off the 16 former CSU new Flyers, since the 55 is no longer the Cleveland State line. And it's like they could have like painted it like, I guess, like the same colors as like the other 7 gray new Flyer fleets, the 3250s series. Amazing buses, yet gone, but will not be forgotten. I believe they were running for like 12, 13 years, I believe. And I'm just thinking, like, way back in the day, when I was growing up, had these awesome buses called Nabbies. And RTA kept those for just a little over 20 years. And I'm just like, if RTA could have kept New Flyer or Nabbies for 20 years, then why not the New Flyers for 20 years? I don't know, ever since the new CEO that took over, she just made quite a few bad mistakes. And with the recent news of some of the routes being cut or discontinued, the clear, obvious ones, I was not surprised on, like the 86 bus weekday service going back to every hour, because pretty much that bus is low ridership. Like, the times I've got on the 86, hardly anyone gets on it. But I will say, out of all those, the 77's the most interesting one. Like, not getting cut or discontinued, but it's getting an extension. Going out somewhere, ending somewhere in Richfield, Ohio, which is in Summit County. There's 3503 on the 26A. But I know a majority of this is, I know there's probably going to be a lot of complaints for the routes getting cut. I know there's going to be complaints on the 3 and the 10. Those being reduced weekend service, going from every 15 to every 30. But it's like, at the same time, the 3, to be fair, the 3 should not be running every 15 minutes on weekends because of how short of a route it is. Like, from downtown to Windermere, it's pretty much a 25-30 minute route. But the 10, going from, was it the Turney Ella Loop right by East 93rd Street, going out to Shoregate Town Center in Willowick. I mean, to be fair, that is quite a hefty route. Pretty much about almost an hour, 20-minute bus ride. I see a bus fleet that has been absent for a while. 3869. I mean, I did see it the other day, but I was told it finally got fixed, so it's out and running again. I'm not sure what the problem was for being out, but saw the other day as the 48 over towards University Circle. 3416 on the 1. 3614 on the 3. What was this? 400851A. 3510 on the 22. I like that. 22 is already packed too. The good old Terminal Tower City building. You got the Key building over here. And this, the new Sherwin-Williams headquarters here in downtown Cleveland. And right over there was the 26 bus I just got off not that long ago. 3380. Bit of a quiet engine on that one. Okay, making a brief walk down West 3rd Street because I want to see if they fixed up this area, because a few weeks ago, and this is not the first time this happened, but there has been another sinkhole here in downtown, right up here. This is West 3rd and St. Clair up ahead, and that's why you have the, I believe, bus routes 1, 3, 14, 14A, 15, 77, and the 90 being currently rerouted due to the sinkhole. I spy the 19A. That's a 4100 fleet. And here's the 77.
Yesterday I got thrown off this. This was good with me.
3910, 14A, 3627. And there's the 15. 4235. off another Metro Hill fleet, the 4000 series, which was introduced back in 2022, I believe. The regular 51 to Parma Transit Center. You do got another 22 bus behind it. $40.19, $33.75. That 22 bus also packed. Makes me despise that route even more. And here we are, the soon to be discontinued Beeline trolley, which I'm kind of glad it's being discontinued because it is kind of a useless route since hardly anyone rides it. Like, all it does is circle around downtown Cleveland, mainly on Superior and Lakeside Avenue. There's the 34, not the 34, the 11. Quincy Cedar, David Myers Parkway. On Bus Fleet 3304, 2015 Gillig, CNG. And for those who are not aware what CNG stands for, hello. Almost an accident. Anyway, if you're not aware what CNG stands for, it's short for compressed natural gas. Alright, we got a nice squad of buses lined up. Starting with the one fleet that always has transmission problems, 3503, 26A. We got 4104, 55 right behind it. And then the 45, and then the 3 behind it. 4210. Yeah, even that 55 bus was packed. And here comes our RTA route I kind of despise, the health line. Yeah, it's like, I understand it's RTA's most busiest route, but I just hate how it gets so packed so quick. Within like the first 2 or 3 stops it leaves Public Square. And these new flyers also run on CNG. Right over here is where a few of these buses lay over, right here on the corner of East 3rd and Rockwell. Kind of takes me back to around like before the summer of 2021, where RTA did this thing called NextGen RTA, which was their, as they call it, the new bus system redesigned. So yeah, like some of these routes that either got like better service, like how it runs, or a few getting like an extension to the route, or some also getting cut, discontinued. It's the Fountain of Life statue. It's like one good example of NextGen was the 51. Because originally the 51 was the original Strongsville bus going to the Drake Howell Loop, South Park Mall, over on Royalton Road. But when NextGen came over, let's just say the route got a huge makeover. So you're going from the Drake Howe Loop, just like literally a straight shot down West 25th, and then West 25th later on turns to Pearl Road, like just a straight shot. Nowadays, you just go to Parma Transit Center, and we already got 3 other buses that go there. And I'm just thinking, like, why would they ever do that? Like, it did get a lot of riders. Because I will say that West 25th, like, that whole corridor is pretty busy, specifically, like, when it goes past the Metro Health Hospital right by West 25th and Trowbridge. And nowadays, you got the 71, which is the Pearl Tiedemann route. And I'm just thinking, so you're pretty much going from like from the 51, which was like literally one straight shot, to the 71, all these different turns and twists, just to get to Pearl Road in Strongsville. And so I kind of realized when you look at the route map, it's like, okay, so it's taking these streets that belong to previous routes before, which I kind of get, like how, example, the Ridge Road portion of the route from Denison to Memphis was the old 45 route, and then the Brook Park Road, Chevrolet Boulevard, Stump Road portion, that was the 79. And from my experience, like, I've personally never rode the 79. Like, I've heard a lot of good things about the route. If I recall, I believe that route stopped running at almost 2 in the morning, too. And let me see, what other routes from my childhood? Yeah. One other route I do for sure remember how I really hated on the most back then was the 25. And let me just say, that route got so many makeovers. Like, I believe sometime, I want to say it was like 2007, 2008. So this was like 7-year-old, 8-year-old me. And here I am, 25 right now, about to be 26 in 2 weeks. So it's like, back then, it's like, originally the 25 went downtown. Like, I believe the old route name at the time was Madison Bridge Avenue. And I'm just like, okay, this is not a bad route. And then I believe come 2010 was when the route got cut, severely cut, I should say. So now, back then, after that cut, the 25, instead of going from Westgate to downtown, it only went from Westgate to West 117th. Running every hour. And back then, before that cut, it used to run on weekends too. After that cut, it only ran Monday through Fridays, running every hour. And then afterwards, I want to say sometime in, I believe, 2013, 2014. If anyone remembers, you correct me through the comments too. It got a little bit of an extension, so going from Westgate to West Boulevard Station. And then eventually, 2016, it got extended again, going from West Boulevard to Crocker Park. Still running Monday through Fridays, though. There's the 19A and the 8 bus. what else I was trying to say? So yeah, from Crocker Park to West Boulevard, our route name became, at the time, Madison Detroit. Running every hour from like 4 a.m. to like close to 8 o'clock in the evenings. At the time, you also had 2 other buses that went to Crocker Park. One of those, which is not existent anymore, which was the 49 bus, the Center Ridge Lorraine route, going from Crocker Park to West Park Station, going through Center Ridge, made a stop at the Westgate Transit Center, and then going up West 210th Street and then up Lorraine Avenue towards West Park Station. That was not bad of a route. Like, I believe weekdays it ran every 40 minutes, and then weekends every hour. And now one thing for sure, the one route I do miss is the 75. That was the West Park Station route to the North Olmsted Lorain County line. And that bus route got replaced to what the 55 bus is running now. That was a good route. I do miss it though, considering that did have to take 2 buses to get over there at the time, where nowadays I can just take one to the North Olmsted area, Great Northern Mall, and all that. I don't know. Personally, I kind of felt like RTA should have left some of these routes alone. But it is what it is, I guess. And let me see. The 26 at the time back then, going from Westgate to downtown, as soon as NextGen came in, we now have 2 26, so you got the regular 26 and then the 26A. The regular 26 is what replaced the 49. You got the 26A going down Waker Road, then back on Detroit Road to get to Crocker. That's what replaced the 25. And also, I felt like another route they should have kept was the 81. And it's like, I told myself this and a few other friends of mine, it's like, I really wish I should have rode it at least once. I'm still kind of mad at myself for not riding it. And it was such a good route too. It was a kind of hefty route, like starting at West Boulevard Station. It did go downtown at the time, but it also went through Tremont, Steelyard Commons. Ran every 40 minutes, I believe, back then. I think it ran every 40 on weekends, so I think until like the 7, 8 o'clock hour. 81 back then did run 24/7 too. Nowadays, NextGen coming in, one from the 81, which is now the 18, and that is such a downgrade. Like, you're going from a 24/7 bus to now running every hour and stop running at 12:30 in the morning. Going from West Boulevard to Marymount Hospital in Garfield Heights. Okay, let me see, what time is it? 1 o'clock. I'm thinking before I head into work later, I want to get in a little more bus action right here at Public Square, and I'm thinking also getting a little action at a little bus and train action at the East 34th station. We got double Metro Health buses, 22 and the 51. And you got the 45 way back there too. And here's 4214. I believe this is the 71 laying over. I think it's just going only the Southland Shopping Center. But yeah, that particular bus fleet, 4214, I remember first riding on it on the 25. I believe it was back in February. And first thing I saw was stop requested cords broken on both sides. There goes the 53 Broadview. Right over there is the Akron Metro Route X61. That goes from downtown Cleveland, but also over to the University Circle area, and it goes to downtown Akron via Interstate 77.
Look at you, Ben.
4120. And here's the 9. Most strangest thing I thought about the 9, like the part of its route name that's spelled Hough. I've always thought for the longest time, even growing up as a kid, I thought it was pronounced Hogue, but it's actually pronounced Huff. Because even when I heard the next stop announcement, I was a bit surprised when I heard it. So, like, example, Huff Avenue and East 79th Street. I was like, wait, it's pronounced Huff? Yeah, that was just a 19A that went by. And for anyone that remembers, anyone around Cleveland that remembers back then how there used to be a 76 bus route, that's the 19A of today. Back then the 76 was the original Broadway tourney route. Except the trips that came downtown, the 76 was actually Monday through Fridays only. Weekends it only started at Turney-Ella to Southgate and ran every hour on weekends. Weekdays, I believe it ran every 40 until 6 o'clock. Alrighty, back at it again here at the East 34th station on this Thursday morning. Don't mind me if I sound really tired. I just had a very exhausting day at work yesterday. So I'm hoping for today I can get in as much action here and then take either the blue or green line to Shaker Square, do a little action there, and then around University Circle, and then hopefully to end the day at Stokes Windermere Station, do some action there for a little bit over there. Now, I did check the timing on when the trains are coming. Supposedly, there's supposed to be a red and a green line coming here at the same time. But the green line is running late right now, so we'll see which one comes first. So we got the red line train coming in first. eastbound red line train. Well, there was no sight of the westbound Green Line train. I wouldn't be surprised if there was more mechanical issues on these trains. I mean, these trains are very old. I mean, they have been around since the 1980s. It's about time RTA gets some new trains. Okay, the train track alarms are going off. Let's see which train this is. Another red line. Where are the blue and green line trains at? Alright, just got off the red line. Here I am at East 55th. And I did see a couple blue and green lines sitting over on the opposite side of the track, on the opposite side of the station. So much for a little action at East 34th, but it's okay. I guess I can just ride whichever train to Shaker Square. So you do got the trains that go through here. You also have one bus that also goes to East 55th Station. That would be the 16 bus. Just be aware that that bus only runs Monday through Fridays. It used to run on weekends, but with the NextGen RTA changes, it got the weekday service only. Here we are at the Shaker Square station. bus. And 3303. And here comes a westbound Green Line train. And here comes the Blue Line train. Yeah, right here usually, if anyone's ever on the Blue or Green Line train, this is where they usually split off into their own separate directions. So if you're on the Green Line train, you would continue straight that way to Green Road Station, and if you're on the Blue Line, you would hook a right and continue on to the Van Aken-Warrensville station. If I recall, there should be a westbound Blue Line train coming in a couple minutes or so. Right in the distance is the Blue Line train at the Drexmoor station. Now that's some aggressive honking. And here comes the 48 bus. And sometimes I even tend to nickname the 48 bus as the hospital bus, since it does go through two different hospitals, one of them being the Cleveland Clinic main campus off of East 93rd in Chester, and the other hospital, Marymount Hospital. And the good thing about this route is it does run 24/7, running every 30 minutes during the day. Oh, there goes the 19 leaving the Hayden garage. Alright, red line train's about to pull in, so I will now sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed this compilation of buses and trains. Leave a comment, leave a like. And until then, see you guys next time.